Nintendo hits a huge milestone. They're old, like real old. What's up? My name's DBFig, and this is Double Jump News. Make sure to like, subscribe, and of course, thank you for being awesome. So let's end the week with a very fun story. The Nintendo Switch is officially, if you do not count the portable systems, from all the mainline systems Nintendo has ever made, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the Wii U, the GameCube, the regular Wii, of course the Switch. Nintendo Switch is now the oldest system before a successor was made of all time. So here's the breakdown. The old owner of that record was the original Nintendo Famicom. I'm sure most of you guys watching this video right now weren't even born when the original Famicom or the original NES was in the market. My old ass was, so yay for me, I'm old too. But here's the thing, the Famicom ran for 2,686 days before the Super Nintendo, or Super Famicom, was released to the public. Well, the Nintendo Switch just went over 2,920 days, and there's still not a new piece of mainland hardware to be seen. I mean, most people expect a brand new Switch or Switch Pro or something to be coming maybe at the end of this year, early next year, but no, we still have nothing confirmed as of yet. Well, kind of confirmed. There has been some mumblings and an official announcement kind of went out, but nothing set in stone. So, while this clock is ticking, of all the mainline systems, the Switch is the oldest. When it comes to everything, all the mainline systems, including portable, that Nintendo has ever made, there is one system that lasted longer before its successor was made than any other. I'll give you a guess. It is a portable system. Many of you probably did not play it. The Nintendo Game Boy. Yes, the original big eggshell colored brick of a system that that had too many batteries, the screen was green, the whole 9 yards, that I never owned because my parents were too poor to have one. Well, here's the thing. That system enjoyed a massive 4,352 days before the successor Game Boy Advanced was launched. That is insane if you really think about it. They rolled with the Nintendo Game Boy for decades before the successor came out. I remember when the Game Boy Advance came out. I was a kid when the original Game Boy got released, and I think I was in my second year of college when the Game Boy Advance got released. That's a massive. And you might say to yourself, well, what about the Game Boy Pocket? Remember, this is not iterations. So like the DS and there was the DSi, that doesn't count. The Game Boy and the Game Boy Pocket was still an original Game Boy. They just shrunk it down to not be like a lethal weapon. So that's the big thing. 4,352 days is the longest a single mainline system from Nintendo lasted before they finally made the successor. So for the big boy system, not portable, for the big boy system to surpass the original Nintendo, which was a major gamble for Nintendo when they first put it out there, is extremely impressive. Well, I would say one of the biggest reasons why this is impressive is because the Nintendo Switch really is the successor to not only the Wii U, or let's be honest, the successor to the Wii, because not that many people bought the Wii U, but it's also the successor to the 3DS. I think there's some 3DS games still kind of getting put out there here and there, but for the most part, the Switch is their portable and mainline console put into one, which I feel that this is something that Nintendo is going to move forward with in the future. I don't see a real reason for Nintendo to completely change the whole rulebook here when it comes to the new successor to the Switch. Whenever that happens, I think we're going to get something very similar to the Steam Deck, a brand new system, maybe Switch like stuff. I'm sure it's going to have its own little weird gimmick, but it's going to be more powerful. That's what I'm expecting from Nintendo. But again, it's Nintendo. Who knows? They might throw a I don't know, bouncy ball on it for some reason. I don't know. Nintendo does what Nintendo does. They're a very strange company, but it works for them. I love Nintendo. But what do you think about all this? Do you own a Switch? Have you owned a Switch almost to the full age of the thing? Is it still running? Are all your Joy-Cons drifting to the left or right? I mean, I can only imagine how much money Nintendo got from all those Joy-Con drift controllers that they had people rebuy a brand new controller, because it was easier to buy a brand new controller than go through Nintendo's customer service. But let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for being awesome.